And we're live. Yay. Should be live.
Check it out.
Yeah, we're going live. We
Yeah,
are in fact live.
yeah, it's going live on on my YouTube thing here. Hooray! Check it out. I should
Yeah, we're
probably
going live. We're both coming
mute all the
through.
shit.
Audio's good. Cool. And then throwing at everyone on Discord.
Oh, all that. All right. Yeah.
Oh,
God damn it! I already forgot the dude's name that I just. Amir. It's Amir Amir. Bach was the last name, I think.
Have no idea who this is. I've genuinely heard nothing about a shooting of any kind lately, so.
Okay. All right. So basically what happened was there was it was basically there was it was in Minneapolis, and basically what happened was they were looking for a murder suspect, like a murder that had just happened like very recently. They did they entered the place. They actually, I think they must have gotten the key from like the landlord or whatever. It was like an apartment, right?
Okay.
So they fucking.
Oh,
so
the
they
no-knock warrant. That's okay. That's what you're talking about. I thought you were talking about like somebody went off and just started shooting a bunch of folks.
Oh, okay. No. This was the police serving a warrant for. Amir Locke
they
was
had
the
a
guy
no-knock
that
and a knock
shot.
warrant, and they just decided to go into this dude's house and then fucking murder him in his fucking bed, or on his couch, I should say.
Right.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that was pretty fucked up. I've
well,
never been a fan of like no-knock warrants. I don't. Well, maybe I have. Maybe I've said I was.
Yeah.
I don't think I have ever been a fan of that.
But regardless, when they went in, they were like, saying, we're police, we have a warrant. Police, we have a warrant. And the dude who is the cousin of the guy that was actually the actual murder suspect, so that's why they thought he might be in there. So the cousin Amir Locke decides to pull the gun and fucking start aiming it at the fucking cop.
No, I watched the video. He didn't aim it at anybody. He didn't even get a chance. He
didn't.
So he was on his fucking couch under a fucking blanket. They come in screaming into his house. They don't say anything until well after they're past the front door, and he's already like stumbling, trying to like roll out of his bed. And he just happens to have the gun in his hand as he's trying to stand up after being woken up by the police suddenly in his house. There was no reason for them to shoot him. They definitely had plenty of time. They could have easily just took the gun away. They could have knocked first and said like, "This is the police."
Right.
There was absolutely no reason for what they were doing. I don't agree with no-knock warrants. I think if you're going to enter without announcing you're the police or something, it should only be in cases of emergency, right? Sorry, I can't hear what you're saying there.
See the video. So, what the fuck? Is it fucking up?
God, it's on and off. Like you're working now.
Okay. All right. Yeah. See, I hadn't actually watched the video. From what it had been described, it sounded like the dude fucked up by having the fucking gun.
You're gonna always have those.
What you're describing sounds like
100% the police never do anything wrong people who are always going to sign on the cops. So that's kind of one of the unfortunate things about the internet is like, there's that group of people that's going to be 100% of the time the police are wrong, 100% of the time the police are right. And so until you've seen the video yourself, it's almost impossible to really know which camp is full of shit and which camp is not. In this particular case, the police are to the side of him. So even if he had managed to raise the gun any further along the trajectory he was raising it in, it wouldn't have been aimed at them. Like they're like at the back of his couch, and the couch is like horizontal or perpendicular to their path. Like they're coming in, and then there's the couch like sideways up.
Right.
Let me see if I can do something ridiculously dumb here.
Yeah, I wouldn't play the video,
all right,
dude.
Let's see. I'm not going to play the video. So here is the apartment. From what I saw, police come in here. Here is the couch with homie on it. Right? And he's got his gun.
Yeah.
His gun right there. But the police are coming in from like this direction, and his gun was pointed in this direction. When he stumbled, he rolled off the couch. He just went roll, and then he was standing up with the gun in his hand, and he was pointed in this direction. So like, there's no reason they couldn't have just tackled the dude, not shot him. Like the thing that gets me is like there really wasn't a really pressing need to shoot him at that point.
Okay.
Somebody can disagree with me. Maybe they have more experience and they know better, and I'm wrong. I mean, it's entirely possible. I'm not 100% right on anything. Just my limited experience says that was kind of an uncool situation.
Yeah, because just holding the gun could not be enough to fucking warrant a shooting.
Yeah, he's in his own
like
house.
That one. I don't know if you remember the one.
Yeah. Remember the one? Oh, where the guy came to the door?
Yeah.
That was in Arizona.
Yeah, warrant. Right? It doesn't fucking. Yeah. It's where he was. Yeah, he had it like he was sideways, and the gun was in his offhand, his backhand at his side. And even as soon as he saw it was the cops, he fucking like went, knelt down to fucking put the gun on the ground, and they fucking shot him. Again, the gun was never anywhere pointed to him. It wasn't in his front hand, or the arm that was supposed to be him. Okay, all right.
And that's not, to me, that's not legal grounds for a shooting, because there's no way they felt their lives were in danger. Like those policemen were in jail, like 100%.
Yeah. So it sounds like this might be kind of similar to that. Really?
Yeah, it really does, because number one, no knock warrants shouldn't be a thing. I don't agree with that in the first place. I don't think that's acceptable. Especially not if you have the authority to just shoot somebody for having a gun in their hand. Like, they haven't even threatened you. If anything, you threatened them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. You're busting into their fucking house. Again, even if you have a fucking warrant, even if you're screaming that, if you're waking somebody up, that's, Yeah, I think it was like 3 in the morning or some shit that they went in. Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like they went in at noon and this dude was just sleeping in real late. It was like they went in at 3 in the morning when no one is awake.
I'm wondering, actually, now that I think about it, I get that you're after a fucking, like, an active murder suspect, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, unless you absolutely know he's in there.
Yeah, if you don't have visual confirmation that he's in the place, I don't agree with no knocks. Now, if you know for a fact, like, you're like, we've had a guy watching, and we know he's in there right now at this moment, we know he's armed, we're going to go in without knocking because we don't want to give him a warning and potentially put ourselves at risk, sure. But, like, we have warrants for 3 different addresses where he might be. We're going to serve tonight, and we're just not going to knock at any of them. We're just going to bust down 3 people's doors because they might have some fucking relation to the suspect. Nah, dude. No, that's not okay.
No. Yeah, that's fucking nuts. Yeah, give me a second. I think the plumber's here.
Oh, right on. Yeah, you gotta fucking take care of those plumbing things right away. There's no fucking bueno when the plumbing goes out, that's for sure.
Okay, yeah, I just had to let somebody know that they were here, so
yep.
Leaving the door open or whatever.
Gotta keep that shitter working. If he's not falling in the bathroom,
it wasn't mine. Yeah, surprisingly enough, you would think it would be me that's stopping up the plumbing, dude.
Oh.
But it wasn't me.
You're like, you'd think my fat ass would make this plumbing stop working, but it wasn't my fat ass this time.
Yeah, like some pipe or something was leaking in the back in the
Yeah.
master bathroom.
Oh, we had the worst. We had like a tree that grew next to the sewer main. So the main sewer line out of the house would constantly get little fucking tree roots growing into it because the tree is like, ooh, water. And so it would just clog up like every
Right.
like 6-7 months.
Right.
We'd have to go out and snake that shit. And then sooner or later it'd be so bad that we couldn't snake it with like
Yeah.
a hand snake. We'd have to call a plumber with a motorized snake.
Yeah. Yeah, the big roto-rooter things.
Yeah, yeah. So it was a real fucking pain in the ass. But it is what it is.
I think I would fucking kill the tree at that point, dude.
Yeah, the tree's gone. We had the tree cut down. We just had to have somebody come out and do it because it was too big to like just do it ourselves. Like there's just too much chance it would end up damaging somebody's property or our property. So we called and had a professional come and do it.
Yeah, it wasn't like a fucking sapling you were taking down.
Yeah, it was just similar. Like our house backs up to the freeway. So if we have any houses or any trees in the back that we have to get rid of, we did. We had one that went got sick and was gonna fall, whether or not we wanted it to. That we had to call and have somebody come out and take down because it's not fucking safe. Really not safe. But that was a pretty fucked up shooting. And I think most people would agree on that, but here's the thing, no one's going to have a reasonable discussion.
Yeah.
So, it's like, it's not going to go anywhere. Like, they're not going to, like, look at are no-knock warrants constitutional, or should they even be legal? Should we stop using no-knock warrants? Maybe this guy was a piece of shit, whatever. Did he deserve to die, though? Because I've seen, I don't know if you've ever watched any of the cops ones where it's like the park rangers. Oh, son of a bitch! I shouldn't have fed that to him. Damn it! Oh well. But the park rangers where they, what do you call it? They go around and they catch people like what do you call that when they're hunting without a license or poaching? They catch poachers and shit like that.
Yeah.
And so, like, that they come across people with guns all the time. You know what? People holding guns turns out totally not dangerous. These guys talk to them like on a regular basis. Nobody fucking has to get shot. Yeah. Nobody fucking dies. They're even handing these dudes like $1,000 fines, right? And they're not taking their guns from them. They're just like, hey, make sure you keep your gun down, please. And they'll talk to them and they'll write them a ticket and say, hey, look, this is, it's not a big deal. You're going to have to take care of this. I know it's a lot of money. That's what the fine is. I don't set the fine, so I can't change it for you. You're going to have to deal with the court. That kind of stuff. So, and I've seen that literally dozens of times on dozens of episodes. So I don't understand why they felt the need to break into this dude's house and shoot him like they did. Because honestly, man, like, if you're going to just go into somebody's house without knocking on the door and making sure that they're aware that you're the police first, then, like, fuck you if you get shot. Like, sorry, but, like, come on, man. Like, there has to be a fucking limit to the fucking responsibility of us to, like, keep you safe, Like, because you don't even know if anybody there did anything wrong.
Yeah, that is pretty fucked up, man.
Was it an illegal gun? I guess if it was an illegal gun, that might be a little less egregious, but
well, that still wouldn't justify fucking executing him, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. I say watch it because maybe you'll get a different read on it. Maybe I'm not seeing it right. Hey, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the dude I watched is usually pretty solid, dude. As far as fucking, Yeah, and I think, because again, I was only listening and not actually watching the video. So they was playing fucking, the Young Turks freaking out about it. So, you know what I mean? I was kind of making assumptions I probably shouldn't have been making.
Oh yeah,
And I probably should have, again, actually watched the video.
yeah. I don't know, man. It's like it's people were. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I didn't read. Um, I mean, it's like anything else on the internet. There's always these fucking echo chambers. So, what do you do?
All right. Sorry, I'm just texting my son to fucking see if he still wanted to go to the gym today or whatever. And it appears he does. So that's nice. What the fuck? Is it picking me up?
Yeah, you're texting your son.
Okay.
I didn't know if there was something
cool.
else. I didn't know I have anything to say to that. Like, I was like, all right. Like, not that I have a problem or anything. I just I don't know what I would respond to that. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah. So I can't tell if I'm fucking coming through or not.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, because this does break up a lot. Oh, did you hear about the comedian lady that fucking passed out on stage?
Not really.
Okay, so she was in the Tempe, Arizona comedy club doing her bit, and she's like, I'm like double vaccinated. I got all my boosters. I even went out and got the shingles vaccine, and I still get my period and all this other stuff. God just loves me better than everybody. I've never gotten COVID. And then she goes, and then fucking just falls over backwards, like just planks. It was hilarious. I mean, it was probably the funniest thing she's ever said.
It's said or done.
Said or done. But no, she was fine. Like so if people think I'm like a heartless like bastard or whatever, she's already like put out a video like the day after, and she was like, oh, I'm fine. I did get some damage to my skull, but I'm just recovering and just got to stay off my feet and get some rest and I'll be okay. They're trying to figure out why I passed out. They don't know. And I'm like, I think it was God. And he likes irony. Like, oh, you're my favorite, are you? Not that I
was scheduled to pass out in like 3 hours. I think we can move this up. That's what he's yapping on stage.
But he couldn't possibly because of the vaccination, because we all know that's not possible.
Yeah.
We all know that doesn't happen. It's not real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one nurse that passed out like right afterwards in front of the cameras back in the day.
Yeah, that didn't really happen. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That doesn't exist. Fuck. That's not real.
Yeah, that one was great because they were literally filming her live, which I assume they stopped doing live segments like that.
I would assume they started using saline.
Right. Like, all right, we can't take the risk of them getting the actual vaccine on camera.
Yeah. I just thought it was hilarious that this lady just happened to be going over that particular like hot button topic. Oh, and you see the GoFundMe's gonna get got 4 different states going after them right now for fraudulent claims.
For her? Or
no. For the okay, so you didn't hear about the GoFundMe thing with the convoy in Canada then?
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they raised about 10 million, a little over 10 million for the convoy for people supporting it, which is hey, they're not doing anything illegal. Everything should be hunky dory. There's no real reason to allow or to prevent them from getting that money, but they just arbitrarily decided that it was not okay and decided that they could just take the money and give it to like a charity of their choosing. for some reason.
Yeah, that was fucking nuts.
Yeah, that one just blew
like
my
they
mind because it
backed
was
off.
like, you mean you're not just gonna give the money back? Because, homie, that ain't your fucking money to do what you want with. Like, what the fuck do you think you're doing?
Yeah, that was insane. Because the first they did that, and then obviously there's a huge fucking backlash, and they're like, all right, well, we'll give refunds to anybody who asks for it. And then they're like, what the fuck do you mean? You're canceling the shit. Why wouldn't you just fucking refund everybody? And then they finally did.
Well,
but,
you know why they did though, right? Do you know why they actually did that? It wasn't because people were rumbling about it being illegal. It's because DeSantis encouraged everybody to just do a chargeback on their card. He says if they don't give you your money back, that's illegal. But you can really deal with this just by doing a simple chargeback, and every chargeback you do is going to cost them $10 to $15.
Gotcha.
I guarantee they're going to lose a fuck ton of money by chargebacks if they try to take your money and give it to somebody else. And it was essentially like, that's when they were like, oh, well, we're not doing that. It was like, fuckers.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
that's
pretty,
such an utterly, like, I don't understand how that got out to the public without somebody saying, hey, that's a really horrible idea.
Yeah, you wonder. You really do have to wonder on that one because, yeah, you really would think that they would be like, sir, not only is that a felony, like, that's just bad PR. Like, you're just gonna make people really mad. Another crowdfunding thing apparently did decide to raise money or allow them to raise money, and now they're getting, I think they've got close to $8 million coming their way, and they're not
awesome.
They're not refusing to pay out like GoFundMe did. They're not trying to take the money and run.
Yeah, right on, dude.
So that was kind of cool.
What the fuck was the grounds for denying it, dude?
Well, they didn't. So they didn't actually say, other than claiming it was because of illegal activities. But which nothing they're doing is illegal. Like they're protesting. This is all like basic human rights stuff here. But they thought they could get away with saying it was illegal. But it was the mayor of Ottawa apparently has some personal connections in the company, high ups.
Oh wow!
So he called and talked to them, and they were like, "Oh, we're talking to the mayor. We're going to do what he wants. We're just going to shut it down." Kind of thing, and it was pretty shitty.
Yeah, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, the whole thing is just such fucking dog shit. It's like,
did you see where a judge in Ottawa out loud honking for like a week in the whole fucking city?
I would have just kept honking. Fuck him. What are they going to do? Arrest every single trucker? Nope, because they already fucking found out. Oh wait, it's not a good idea. Yeah,
you're gonna arrest all those trucks, impound all those trucks. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, no, they already sent out the police with the threat that they were going to arrest everyone. The police started walking out there, noticed that nobody was leaving because they thought they would just intimidate them to leave. And then the police just left because they were like, that's a lot more than us. Even supposing everybody went along
to arrest one trucker.
Yeah. Well, even if everybody went along peacefully, everybody did, it would still take hours and hours and hours to arrest everyone.
Yeah.
Plus, where would they put them?
Fucking days, really. Yeah.
Yeah, it would all actually days because they would have to
arrest them. You'd have to impound the vehicles.
And none of the tow truck companies are going to come for the vehicles. They've already made that clear.
Yeah. So yeah, a little hope up in Canada.
Yeah, I hope they win. I think what they're protesting for is more than reasonable because they're not just against mandatory vaccines, which would be enough. They're also protesting the passports and stuff like that. where you have to have these like ridiculous vaccine passport nonsense things. Yeah, they're protesting that and trying to prevent that shit from being enacted.
Yeah. Is Trudeau still in hiding?
No, he came out of hiding and was like trying to claim that they were hate crimes. Some Antifa tried to light an apartment building on fire, and they tried to blame that on the truckers, but that didn't fucking hold water because, you know, why would you openly say what you're affiliated with if you were affiliated with those and you're trying to like start a fire in a building? Like, that doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
Why would you announce that you're a trucker? Like, no one's that dumb. Like, the propaganda has just utterly failed on that one. Of course, the propaganda started with the Confederate flag, which is just fucking so dumb.
Yeah. That was pretty fucking ridiculous, dude.
That one got me because it's like, why would they even have that? Like, they're Canadian.
Yeah.
Like, even if they were like super racist Canadians, like that still don't make any goddamn sense.
Yeah, that is very much a fucking an American thing, dude.
Well, and the Confederate flag isn't even really a racist thing. It's a symbol of a Confederacy, and there was a lot more involved in that war than race.
South.
It's very little to do with race, and a lot more to do with a whole lot of other political aspects. But they want you to believe, you know, the Democrats and the Republicans were switched at one point, and only the Republicans are racist, and they used to be the Democrats when they were racist there, instead of like just it's always been the Democrats that have been against like the minority. I mean, look at the $30 million plan that involves fucking racial equity to hand out free crack pipes. Like, it's not at all racist. You've seen that, right? I'm sure you've seen that. Hello? Oh, I'm not hearing you if you're talking.
Yeah, no, it kicks... Dude, for some reason, it fucking kicks me off every once in a while, dude.
Oh, well, I don't know. That is kind of weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, Biden's $30 million crack pipe plan. You've seen that, I'm sure.
I didn't see the whole details. I just saw the fucking. How much was it? Like $35 million.
$30 million to hand out free crack pipes. Snopes said it was untrue, even though multiple mainstream news sources were like, "No, here it is," including like the politicians who've been speaking out against it because they're like, "Fucking no." Like, why would you hand out free drug paraphernalia to junkies? That's not gonna help anybody, really? Like,
yeah, what the fuck, dude? Yeah, just fucking bizarre virtue signaling shit, dude.
Well, I have a plan that would save $30 million easy. I think all they really need to do is just go through Hunter Biden's couch cushions, and they'll find crack pipes for everyone. You know, run them through a dishwasher. It's fine. You know, that's perfectly sterile. They'll be, you know, safe for everybody to use. And everybody wins, and we save a little bit of moolah.
Yeah. Just find Hunter Biden's used fucking crack pipes, dude.
Yeah, I think if you used Hunter Biden's crack pipes, you wouldn't have to spend $30 million on fresh ones. Just go through his couch cushions. You're going to find all the drug paraphernalia you could ever want. Give them out to people. You just clean it real good. You know, a little rubbing alcohol, maybe some hot water. You know, you should be good to go.
Yeah.
And then, you know, on the top of that, you might find a couple of missing children. You know, while you're at it, you'll probably find a couple of minors that have gone missing, hiding in his couch cushions.
Indeed. Wonder what's going to happen to that dude once his fucking dad passes away.
Yeah, I don't know, man, because, like, I feel so bad for his kids, dude. Like, I know Hunter Biden's, like, a terrible person. Like, I get that. But, like, once upon a time, he was just, you know, a regular kid.
Yeah. Are you talking about Joe Biden's kids or Hunter Biden's kids?
Either way.
All of them, right?
You know, like, because, you know, you look at, like, Joe Biden, his kids were just kids. Like, he fucked them up. Like, that isn't because they weren't terrible children. You know, they started out as regular kids. So, you know, now he because of what he did to them, like being the piece of shit that he is, like all his kids, I don't know if Hunter Biden's kids are all junkies too, but I know all of Joe Biden's kids are junkies. So, you know, it's like
I think the only one that wasn't was the one that died, isn't it?
Yeah, if Hunter Biden had a kid that died, that probably would explain why they weren't a junkie. Or if Joe Biden had one that died, yeah.
Yeah.
The whole thing is just so tragic because it's like, you know, kids didn't do anything to anybody, and now they're adults and they're responsible for their own actions, obviously. But, you know, it's not like they set out to be terrible people. Their father's actions and stuff is what turned them into that. It's just kind of sad.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't have much to repent, really.
Yeah. Well, and then I don't know if Hunter Biden's kids are all junkies like him, or is it just him and his sister under Biden?
No idea. Yeah, I'm not sure, man. But probably.
Yeah.
Odds are.
That is just tragic. And then, like, the thing that gets me is, like, how do people hold the water for Biden when he's such a terrible fucking human? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, at least...
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's why dude. That's why I really strongly suggest nobody can really consider themselves Democrats or Republicans. You know what I mean? Because it can lead to that kind of shit where you're just going to well, it's on my team, so they can't be doing anything wrong.
Yeah. It's like Trump wasn't like some great person. Like, I don't think anybody thought that. I think they got a lot of thorough enjoyment out of watching him bait the press constantly.
It was funny, dude.
Yeah, and then he was doing basically business Democrat stuff, which is, you know, as close to middle of the road as you could get like 20 years ago.
Yeah. But fucking screaming that he's a fucking racist constantly, dude.
Which makes no goddamn sense. It's like, I mean, he's doing stuff that, like, literally, like, Obama was talking about when he was in office. So it's like, fucking what? Like, how is that? What? I don't understand what you're talking about.
Yeah. It wasn't racist when Obama was doing it, but now that Trump's doing it, it's the exact same thing.
Well, and now Biden's fucking doing it.
Yeah.
Like, so it's not even like, you know, it's not even like they don't do that anymore. But Biden put all those same things that were in place under Trump back into place. And you stop hearing about the fucking groups of people coming in to try to fucking smash our border. Or crash through our border. Like, you stop hearing that because they know that they're not going to get the same welcome mat that they were getting, like, you know, before Biden put those policies back in place.
Yeah, the whole thing's just fucking...
Well, the whole thing is a circus meant to just distract people from the fact that the corporations are running everything and they think they can get away with everything. And so far it's been true, as long as they pretend that they're doing it for racial equity or equality or some bullshit. People are willing to give up pretty much anything. And they're like, oh, the United States is racist. Well, then why is the United States willing to give up so many fucking rights? Just to, like, for the pretense of, like, oh, the poor black people. You know, like...
Yeah. Although, dude, did you see the shit going down with BLM?
No, are they finally facing some criminal charges?
Yeah, well, they're fucking investigating the shit, dude. Due to all those fucking, cause you saw, I'm sure you saw the stories of like some of the founders buying like $1 million mansions,
Yeah.
multi-million-dollar mansions in like white neighborhoods, like predominantly white neighborhoods and shit.
Oh yeah, because they were,
Well, fucking
just as racist as they pretended everyone was.
yeah, but dude, you'll never guess the two states that are fucking well. All right, what would be the
Florida
most
and
unlikely
Texas,
state? Yeah, no, dude. Go the other way with it. Go the other side. What state would you
New
think would be
York
the
and
least
California,
likely? Yeah, well, California is one of them, and Washington State.
and Washington. Okay, wow.
Yeah, those two are investigating them, dude, for that shit. Because they're like, yeah, because that's what I was wondering. I'm like, what have they done as far as charitable contributions with all the money they've taken in? Well, how much money has gone back out to help anybody with anything?
Yeah.
And
All
I'm
those
guessing
people
none of
donated
it.
money. You better have some sort of fucking evidence that you didn't make a profit.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, they're investigating pretty hardcore, and that's the thing is like I guess the bitches that got called out for it thought like stepping down as BLM founders or members or whatever was going to save them, and it might.
No, that's not how that works. At all. No.
It might not. It probably won't.
Well, I'm just saying,
But
like
yeah, I guess.
that's just not how that works. You don't escape legal liability by just not being in charge of something anymore.
Mhm. Yeah, and that's the thing is they're talking about going after the actual people, not going after the foundation. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Not going after the BLM itself, but actually going after the individual members that are, obviously just, taking the money and buying fucking extravagant fucking houses and shit.
Well, see, here's the thing: if you avoided paying taxes with the claims of being a nonprofit, uh, then you better damn well not have made a profit. But if it
Yeah,
looks
because
like you made
apparently,
a bunch of money as profit and you didn't do your bookkeeping correct or whatever, you will be in some trouble. That's how they
yeah,
got Capone.
yep.
They got him with
Yeah, and
tax
that's the thing
charges.
is they apparently, I guess the way it works is they give you like a notice and like you have 60 days to provide your books, showing where this money has gone and what you've done with it or whatever. And BLM just didn't fucking do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then their solution was to just stop taking contributions from California, anybody in California or Washington. And I guess they think that's somehow going to save them.
No, it's too late. You already did it.
Yeah.
That's like trying to like stop a leak that already happened. It's like, you already fucking the water's gone. You can't put the water back.
Yeah.
You done goofed, motherfucker.
But yeah, dude, I was really fucking shocked, dude, that the two states that are going after him were California and I guess New York would be the only other one that would be more likely than Washington.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously, Seattle, that whole area, Washington, Oregon, like. Yeah, Oregon hasn't done anything, but that would be one of the other ones that's up there as far as super fucking liberal fucking idiots.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, New York would have been like I thought was a pretty reasonable guess. I think that was a fair one.
Yeah, no, that would definitely, New York and California would have been the top two guesses for sure.
Yeah, Washington is a good one. Oh, I heard the craziest fucking story. Oh no, you fucking left the video. Never mind. You're the one that heard the story initially. Then I heard it from you essentially. The fucking dude that lived in the mall for 4 years.
Yeah, is that fucking nuts, dude?
Yeah,
That's
talking
fucking
about $1 million
awesome,
homes. I just kind of like triggered the thought, like, well, that guy kind of technically lived in a multi-million-dollar home.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was fucking
Yeah,
brilliant. They're like, all
that
right,
would
you
be
tore
prime
our
real
house
estate.
down for a fucking parking lot. We're just gonna live in your fucking mall. Honestly, I think they should have fucking left him there. Like, they clearly weren't hurting anything. Start charging them for utilities. Set it up correctly.
Yeah.
And fucking, charge them some rent. And then, make it like a fucking, Like, oh, well, you know what, man, this is crazy, but you know what, you
Yeah.
guys, that's pretty fucking slick. You know, you didn't hurt anybody.
Yeah.
Nobody
I
got
was, I
fucking
was,
injured.
yeah, I was really amazed that they managed to get away with it for as long as they did. And again, if he hadn't gotten, he hadn't wanted to show it off to that fucking visiting artist bitch, you know what I
Uh,
mean? That'd probably still be happening, dude.
I don't think it was the artist bitch showing it off. I think it was that he went there during the day.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm just saying
If
it
he would
wasn't
have
about
waited,
showing
or
it
if
off
he
to the
would have
artist. If he'd waited to
waited
show it
until
off to
night,
her at night,
yeah,
then it would have
yeah,
been. I
yeah.
think it would have been a better choice.
Yeah, yeah. I think it was just like she wasn't going to be in town that long or something. Because if
Yeah.
she was going to be there that night, it was
You
really
know, he
dumb.
was hoping for her to blow
Fucking
him in
go
the fucking apartment, right? Like that's
right,
like we all
right.
understand. He was like, she's gonna see this, she's gonna get wet, and I'm gonna get a blowjob out of this. She's gonna be so impressed.
Oh fuck! Damn cocks.
So every guy's inevitably fucking duped by their sexual drive every time. So sad.
Right.
But that was
I wonder if the other dudes
hilarious.
are pissed off, dude. Like, dude, come on, buddy.
Oh, you know
You
they
knew the
gave him shit
rules.
for like a month and then fucking were like, whatever. You know, he's trying to get laid. I get it. I would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, let's not all pretend that if any of us weren't in his position and we're like, well, I might get me a little fucking something out of this, that we wouldn't be doing the same shit. Like, let's not fucking pretend.
Right.
Yeah, that whole thing was hilarious, though. I
Yeah.
like that they,
I'm
you know,
pretty
they had like a
surprised
video game
the mall
system.
cops bothered checking at that bit. You know what I mean? Just fucking dumbass mall cops were
Yeah.
that intent on busting them.
Yeah, well, it just, you know, like I've said it before and I'll say it again, mall cops aren't people and it shouldn't be treated like that. Should not be treated as such. And I'll stick with that. I'll stick with that opinion until the day I die.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I've seen mall cops literally try to pull people over, and people pull over for them.
Wow. That's fucking up.
Right? Like why would you pull over for a mall cop? Like they're not a police officer. They don't have any authority to pull you over. They didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Like I guess they could follow you home if you wanted, but I'd just keep driving.
Yeah. See how far those fucking dumbasses try to follow you.
Yeah. Like I even when I worked at the mall, because I spent about a year working at a Sears Auto Center, and you know it was in a mall, so technically I worked at the mall.
All right.
I would not have had any respect for them then. I didn't fucking care what they said then. like oh, that's nice. Whatever. Like, just gonna ignore you and move on with my day because I don't really give what you say.
Yeah. Like, yeah, fuck you. Call the real cops. You want me to fucking answer your punk ass.
Yeah, I don't know. That whole thing was pretty nutty. Oh, pardon me there. Am I reading this wrong? Oh, I need 5 golden. Okay, I see. I don't know if you see the game I'm playing, but this is a pretty cool little one. It's after the evil wizard has been defeated, you're like the hero of the story, and basically all the fucked up stuff is over, and you're just like building a town. Like you're like, what do I do now? I'll just rebuild this town and like fuck it, it'll be great.
Kind of like the aftermath of the fucking evil wizard being defeated.
Yeah,
like rebuilding.
Yeah, so you just like, you know, you meet people and you encourage them to move into your town as you're traveling through the different areas where you collect resources. You collect the resources and you build shit. Like you build them each a house and you fucking, like, you know, you build pasture for your animals and then you go and pay for like sheeps and chickens and cows and shit. And oh wait, I think I might have some bugs too. Oh no, that's I know what that is. Never mind. But yeah, it's super easy and it's just enough little things that go like, "Yay, you got a new level," to make you want to keep going. But nothing super difficult to do. It's very relaxing.
Nice.
Very, very good if you suffer from anxiety.
Yeah, nice.
It's a nice way to... Let's see, I want gathering and farming. Yeah, it's, what else? There was one other thing I know we had on the Discord. Oh, yeah, you saw the fucking, I don't know if you saw the thing for the, Jurassic World Dominion, the new Jurassic Park that's going to come out.
No.
They're bringing back, the three main characters from the first Jurassic Park. The doctor guy, the one Jeff Goldblum plays, and then the lady.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So Sam Neill, Jeff Goldblum, and is it Laura Dern? I don't remember if it's Laura Dern that played that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is, dude.
But they're all coming back for the new Jurassic Park, and it's going to have Chris Pratchett. So it's going to be the cast from like the Chris Pratchett ones and the cast from the original together. And I guess the thing is the dinosaurs have pretty much escaped everywhere.
Wow.
So they're like, there's like random dinosaurs roaming in the ocean. They're running across like the fucking taiga. They're in the desert. They're in the islands. They're in the forests. The jungles. They've basically like come back.
Yeah, like all over the world, or you mean just still on that?
All over the world.
Okay, all right, nice.
Yeah,
that's an interesting concept.
Yeah, Chris Pratchett is actually helping to raise one of them. Like he's got the fucking one of the velociraptors and a baby velociraptor that he's keeping secret out in his like cabin in the woods or some shit. It looks like.
Oh wow. What the fuck?
So you gotta wonder at that part kind of was like really? I don't know. That seems kind of fucking sus to me. Like,
yeah, that seems like a bad idea.
Well, and he didn't seem that fucking retarded to me in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, who was the actor again?
Chris Pratchett.
Oh, okay.
His character was an animal trainer, but like,
yeah,
like it didn't. In the context of like he would know better than to just take a wild predator and just like fucking unleash it in a random place. You know what I mean? Like he's not.
Yeah. You'd have to be a fucking idiot.
Yeah, he's not a simpleton. He's like an ex-military, like. Has all this scientific background, so it's like, dude would know a lot about, like, why that would be a bad idea. Like, he's not...
Yeah.
Oh, I passed out.
Yeah.
He's not...
Yeah, it's not that fucking, like, arrogant and stupid. Like, you know what I mean? That takes
yeah. Well, and also, like, it's part of his job to know all of this information.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty fucking ridiculous, dude. But whatever, the plot must get advanced, I guess. So.
Yeah. Well, I don't. To me, that seems an unnecessary part of the plot.
Yeah, you'd think you'd come up with a better way for these things getting out. Yeah.
Exactly.
Because it wasn't just him, I assume, anyway, right? Like, it couldn't have been him responsible for all of that shit, right? It seems unnecessary. Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing what they're doing. You know, they want to...
Yeah, because and if they are claiming that, like, he was responsible for all of them getting out, I mean, that's fucking ridiculous.
No, that's not the claim. That didn't have anything
see what I mean, though?
Claim, but,
it's completely unnecessary to have him do that. It's fucking weird now that I think about it. Like, okay, he wasn't responsible for all the other ones getting out, but we're gonna have him do this incredibly stupid thing that's totally out of character for him.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand why they're having to do it. That's the part that just makes no sense to me. But, like, hey, whatever. The real
Yeah.
stars
Yeah.
of the film, anyway, at the end of the day, like, we all know the real stars are the dinosaurs. Like, we're going
Right.
there to see the dinosaurs
Right.
fuck people up. Like, let's not be, let's not be
Mm.
too
Yeah.
disingenuous
Yeah.
about that.
It's essentially like Godzilla, but just with a bunch of a bunch of dinosaurs instead of one giant fucking lizard.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're there to see the monster eat people. That's where the satisfaction comes from.
Indeed.
Like, what was it? The one chick. Remember the controversy of the one because the chick had fucking high heels on through the whole movie or some shit, and people were like flipping their shit over that. They were like, "No, why would she do that? You're a sexist." And people were like, "Fucking what?" Like,
Right. Yeah, that's pretty
yay.
fucking bizarre.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The whole thing was nutty when it comes to that kind of thing. Man, okay, so I don't know if you follow any of the information on like VTubers. Like it's just a weird sort of like phenomena that's going on. But it's crazy how clearly VTubing is basically just the same type of thoughts for the most part as you got on Twitch doing like the hot tubbing streams and the shit like that, the titty streamers. They're just that, but with anime characters. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah, yeah.
it's weird how they can
The
like
VTubing thing is bizarre.
do a stream where it's just them using an anime avatar and shaking its ass for the camera, as if that's somehow appropriate. When if it was a human person, like it would just get shut down and the channel would get banned. Like.
Yeah.
And then it gets me is
It's
the
anime.
fucking the clips I've seen, like the way they talk, like they try to pretend to be like these shy retiring flowers or something. And I'm like, you realize like these simps that pay them money. I mean, first of all, you're paying money to like for an animated fucking character. That's just weird. Stop. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
please. But second of all, like they're not really like shy and retiring. They're just your regular everyday like chicks. They're not like they're just the same
Yeah.
cunts you find anywhere who want attention and are willing to just sexualize themselves for money because that's easy and they don't want to work.
Mm. Yeah, and they can basically remain anonymous too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so
Because they're
there's
behind the
no
fucking
stigma.
avatar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, it's great for them. It just doesn't make any sense for the dudes.
I
The
just don't
people that are
understand why you would
throwing
pay
money
money
at them.
for like an anime girl to shake her titties on a camera. Like that's just like you can literally go to any fucking like anime video or like place that plays anime and see a bunch of that for free.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, the other shit, like the fucking Twitch thoughts and OnlyFans and all that. Like it's still sad, but it kind of like you can kind of like it makes sense in a way, like why they'd be giving their money, even if it's fucking ridiculous.
Like at least
But
you're
yeah,
seeing a real person's titties. Like it's dumb, but not quite as dumb, I suppose, if it's a real human.
yeah,
Like I can see how you fall into that trap of believing that she actually gives a fuck about you or like that she
right,
really needs your
right,
help or any of that kind of nonsense.
yeah,
Even though like reality,
yeah,
they don't fucking care about you. Like they're not interested.
right.
If you were
But
not
yeah,
able to pay your rent for the month, they're not going to show up and be like, "Well, you've donated $10,000 over the last like 6 months. Here's 500 so you can pay your rent."
yeah. Yeah, it's still sad, and it's still, again, they're obviously being taken advantage of. But yeah, to do it to a fucking anime avatar, dude, is just fucking bizarre, dude.
Yeah. So
Not that the
apparently,
other shit isn't too, but it's definitely
uh,
a less of a degree.
there's different groups of people that do this. Um, there's Hololive, which is a Japanese company that runs them like idols. So like they
Oh
sign
no.
these ridiculous contracts. They're not allowed to have like relationships with men, even though they're doing this all through anime characters online, so nobody actually knows who they really are. When
Right,
they
right.
do, so they've done live streams where I guess they're doing cooking or something, so the anime avatars won't work. They don't show
Mm,
anything other than their hands and arms, and they have to wear gloves.
wow.
Like these black fucking rubber gloves they gotta fucking wear.
Jesus fucking
Which
Christ.
is absurd. But the most
Right,
popular
right,
one is named Gargura or some shit. But
right.
I saw a video on a conspiracy theory that apparently I don't know if you remember Senzawa, who that is.
I do
Uh,
not.
she did a lot of parody songs. So when Belle Delphine
Mm,
came back and did like the rap or whatever, her little music
yeah.
video rap thing where she was
Oh,
like
right.
rubbing her ass with paint and shit.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Senzawa
That
was the
was
one who
her
did the
song.
actual singing.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
so that was Senzawa. And there's a conspiracy that they're the same person, like the same person behind them.
Hmm.
Which if you listen to the two voices, you're like, oh yeah, no, that's definitely the same person. Like it's not a really hard to believe because you listen to the two sounds and you're like, oh yeah, no, that's a hundred
That's pretty
percent.
much identical.
And I don't really
Right.
like. I don't. I've seen a few of the clips of the person like. So the Hololive people seem to actually just play games and like they occasionally do like the kind of flirty shit, but for the most part, it's just your normal. They just game like they're not doing the weird
Right.
sexual shit. Um,
All right.
it's still weird that people pay the money, and I'm not a fan of the Japanese idol stuff at
Yeah.
all. Like it never
Yeah, it's
will be.
fucking weird.
Well, because like they're not allowed to have boyfriends and stuff like that's just fucking bizarre. Um, but oh damn, where's my brain? Uh, okay, so there's okay, I see. That was confusing me. There's two dumb dudes that live in my town, and I get them confused sometimes. And one of them wants an item, and the other one wants to hang out with me while I carry him. You can have people hang out with you in this game, and then it increases your like friendship with them.
All right.
And I don't know if you ever played Stardew Valley. I'm assuming not.
No.
But your character can increase friendships with people and eventually date that person, and then like be married to them. That's
Yeah.
part of the game mechanics. And the fun of that is you get just really weird storyline shit that happens. So it's kind of fun in the respect of like you're like, oh yeah, like now I get to see this like bizarre storyline that I never would have noticed any other way.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Like in Stardew Valley, like one guy was a rock star, so you get like if you took the romance path with him, you'd get to go see him do like perform a show in like a concert. You'd get to go like riding on his motorcycle in the moonlight, with your leather jackets and shit. Like it was just kind of silly shit.
Right. Right.
Or or it's opposed if you were like married to the scientist girl, you could do like sciencey shit, like setting up telescopes and collecting like samples of stuff and figuring out stuff, like sciencey shit. Or the artist would make you a statue. Like it was just kind of cool shit like that way. So I assume it's similar in this because this is clearly like
Ooh.
inspired by the same sort of thing. And this guy just wants to hang out with me while we pick fruit, so then he'll be my friend. He'll be more friendly with me. Oh, they'll also just give you shit. Like, occasionally.
Yeah.
So if they're closer to like more friends with you, they'll just be like, here, have this free money that I just fucking found on the ground. It's yours now. Like, all right, free money. Yay. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, what was I talking about? These wacky bitches on the Hollow Live thing. Yeah, I don't understand a lot of that stuff, but I do find it amusing that like women are now milking stupid men out of money for fucking anime characters. Like I saw a clip where one of them was like, I guess they have little, like the people that are watching the stream have little fucking characters that run around on the bottom of the screen. Like you can set it up so they're little guys running around on the bottom of the screen with their names on them. And she would pretend to sit on them if they gave her money. Which is, you know, like not only is that not real, but it's also a fucking anime character. It's like a cartoon.
Right.
Although you know what, like fucking what's his
crazy.
name? Samaj makes good money, like drawing like fucking naked cartoons. So
Yeah. True.
I suppose there's a market for it. I just don't understand why that shit's on like YouTube and Twitch. Like they're not supposed to be porn sites, right? Like I'm not crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they do all kinds of fucking shit like that too. So, you know, like they used to do the what do you call it? The fucking the body paint shit. You know what I mean? Where they would be
Oh
like
yeah,
literally
that shit
fucking
was
naked.
fucking ridiculous, dude. Holy crap, that stuff was so like not like blows your mind how ridiculous that shit was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I'm gonna paint my tits. It's like fucking what? Like Christ.
Yeah. Somehow
Yeah,
that
no
was
wonder
okay.
you have an audience of
Fucking,
10,000 13-year-olds for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, they would literally just have pasties, dude. Like that, you know what I mean? That's all they would have on is fucking pasties or
You're
some
like, well,
shit,
I'm
dude.
not naked. It's like, yes, you are. Shut the fuck up. We all know where your nipples would be. We all know what they would look like if they were there. It's not, you're not hiding anything by putting pasties on and streaming to a bunch of children with fucking paint on your titties. Like, stop fucking. Yeah, they really need to, like, that's one of those things. Like, honestly, I don't know how you would enforce it, but I wouldn't mind seeing a law about. You know what I mean? Like, if they made a law that banned, like, titty streaming to fucking 12-year-olds, you know, I don't have an issue with that.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, the Philippines is trying to put a law in place that would prevent people from having aliases online. Not sure how they think that's going to work out for them, but you know, good luck. Because, you know, how do you track that amongst the entire population?
Yeah.
Because, you know, that's kind of hard to do. Let's see, I need to get that guy some fucking house. Gotta get that guy's house built. They have a superhero that's moving in now. Do you remember that guy in Seattle that started dressing like a superhero, like the real superheroes thing that kind of was a big thing in like the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, it was like
Phoenix Jones. Yeah, Phoenix Jones. That's the one.
Phoenix Jones or something like that. I think, yeah, I'm probably getting the name wrong, but.
No, Phoenix Jones.
Yeah,
you're right. That's 100% what it was. Yeah, that's the right name.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, they have a guy that's moving in that's clearly based on him. He has like a similar looking outfit, like the white outfit with the fucking like the white sort of thing. He's like the black guy with the blue cape and everything. Tarek.
Yeah.
And he's talking about patrolling the streets and sharpening his sword for justice. And like, all right, I know who you're based on. I get the joke.
Right.
So clever.
Oh fuck. LARPing is fucking Batman.
Yeah.
Except
Well, I
without the
mean, you
millionaire
know,
status.
you gotta have something to do at night. And didn't those guys always just like end up in the hospital occasionally when like criminals would just beat the fuck out of them?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, man.
I mean, because pretty much all they would do is like yell at people and like call the police. Essentially, like, I saw you. I'm calling the police. Oh, I'm finally my smartphone is on its way. I'm gonna have a smartphone for the first time in ever. What should I do when I get my smartphone? What are some quality of life fucking things to do?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can access porn anywhere, so it's really handy for that.
Oh,
Like, you know, if you want to jerk off in the bathroom or, you know, wherever, really. That's where I usually...
spending an hour in the bathroom. That would be really fucking awkward.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about your weird
shit
fucking...
for an hour and a half? That's fucking...
Yeah. I forgot about your...
You need to see a doctor? Constipated? Yeah, that would be awkward.
All right.
That's not what I was thinking of, though.
I forgot about your
what?
needing to masturbate for a fucking hour and a half, dude.
I'm thinking more along the lines of what settings do you change
concept.
Immediately when you get your new phone? Like, what things do you set up that you probably don't think about without being, like, you know, specifically, you know, intending to think about them? But stuff that you do with your phone so that it's not fucking obnoxious.
I guess the first thing, well, it's probably the same on all phones, if I recall correctly, but like, you know, turning off the making a noise every time you hit like a key, you know, like if you're typing or something.
Okay, that's a good one. I would see, this is the stuff I want. That's what I need to know. It's like, how do I make this phone not irritate the shit out of me?
Yeah. Turn the fucking typing sound off, dude.
Typing sound
I don't understand why that's the default, to be honest with you. Like, it seems like that should be something that you would have to enact if you wanted to hear a fucking little tick every time you fucking type something.
Set it up so it only connects to the internet when I tell it to. If there's no Wi-Fi available, is there a way to do that? I think.
Yeah. The good thing is most apps won't update unless you're on Wi-Fi. Like, that's usually the way it defaults, so that's pretty good.
Oh,
so that
good.
way, you know, you're not, updating it over mobile data or any of that kind of shit.
Very good, very good. So yeah, that was like a thing I was worried about. Was like, man, what if I'm like just, you know, chilling out, looking at some stuff at my house on the phone, and then, you know, suddenly I got a fucking like $50 phone bill.
Yeah. Double check that setting though. Make sure that it's set to only update apps over Wi-Fi, because I'm not 100% sure that that's the default. I'm pretty sure it is, but again, it's something you definitely want to double check.
That's something to double check. Okay. See, that's the kind of stuff, quality of life things I'm looking for. I'm like, man, what?
Mm-hmm.
How can I get fucked over by this company and not know it? Alright, so that, and then I can look at porn whenever I want on my phone, which seems kind of like porn's not really hard to find anywhere anyway, so
right,
to me that seems kind of like meh.
And yeah, actually, you should be able to just turn off the mobile data. so that it won't come on unless you actually go in.
Oh, good.
That way. Yeah, yeah, you should be able to actually turn that off, so that it essentially only connects to Wi-Fi.
Oh, I'm a fan of that. I will be doing that for sure then.
Yeah, yeah. No, I always done that on mine too.
Is there anything like that I have to worry about the phone? Like roaming or something, maybe? I don't know. I know there used to be roaming
Yeah, I don't
charges.
know. I mean, are you actually on like a mobile phone plan with it, or?
I have to pick one. So I don't know if that's a thing because I've been on a phone plan where it's basically like I just have talk and text. There's no data to worry about, and the only thing
Mm,
I ever really have to be concerned about is oh, I should
yeah,
have
the
stayed
mobile
there.
data charges.
Yeah, and I can
Yeah,
just turn that off on my phone. But then again, my phone is not super complicated.
yeah,
It's just a flip phone.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You should have the option on that to turn the mobile data off, so that again, it don't. The only time you're going to connect the mobile data is if you actually go in and turn that back on.
Good, good to know. Good
So
to
yeah,
know.
definitely make sure you get that setting on there, because again, probably not the default setting. They're going to want you to use mobile data.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, excellent, excellent. Good to know. Oh, I
Yeah.
only have one more thing to unlock there. Cool. Hmm. Yeah, and other than that, I assume the phone is just basically going to be a little easier to use because I'll have like a keyboard instead of like touching the number 3 times to select letters and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, the keyboard thing is definitely nice. Yeah, I would still like to. Man, I gotta try to buy one of the old, um, the old smartphones that actually slides up and you fucking have an actual physical keyboard underneath.
See, that's what I would really want. If I had like my druthers, that would be fucking prime for me. I'd love a little keyboard. I had a
Yeah.
flip phone that had a keyboard for a while. Or it was like a slide phone,
Mm,
but it wasn't a smartphone. It was just a regular cell phone that had the keyboard on it.
right,
And that
right,
was
right.
pretty cool.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. It's even better on the cell phones because it's again the entire it just slides up. It's not like it flips up or anything. It just slides up, and the entire you have a keyboard that's essentially the size of the phone, almost the size
Yeah.
of the phone, basically.
Oh yeah, it was
Yeah, dude, it
glorious,
was
man.
great for yeah, that was great for like because I downloaded like the Nintendo, the original Nintendo emulator, so you can
Uh,
play all the original Nintendo games
oh, that's kind of cool.
like on your fucking phone. The
Yeah, that's
great thing
pretty
about
cool.
the keyboard was you could actually map the buttons. You could map the buttons to the up, down, left, right, BA, select, start, whatever. You can map them to whatever buttons on the keyboard that you wanted. So whatever worked for you best, you could do that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah, dude. I remember the fucking yeah. It was a Samsung Stratosphere. I have one that the screen went out on, and I'm so tempted to get the screen fixed because it was so fucking awesome, dude. I would play the old Tecmo Bowl or Tecmo Super Bowl or even Zelda or fucking any Nintendo game
Yeah.
basically from the original Nintendo. Yeah, this fucking shit was awesome, dude.
Oh, you know what was a lot of fun was the
Yeah,
caveman games. I don't know if you ever played that with your friends on Nintendo.
caveman.
It was like weird
Was it
caveman
basically
Olympic
similar to
games.
like an Olympics thing? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, okay,
there was
yeah.
like a running game, a game where you threw a cave girl, and
Right,
then
right.
yeah, like you'd spin around and throw her by the fucking hair. You'd never see that
Right,
now. Like it
yeah.
never, no longer be allowed. What was one of the other ones? Like one where you were climbing away from a dinosaur. I think like you climbed a rope, and if you didn't climb fast enough, like you were you didn't win. Your guy got eaten by the dinosaur.
Yeah, yeah, I remember. Yeah, I don't think I played that a whole lot, but I definitely definitely aware of it.
Yeah. Oh, fun times, fun times. Yeah, there were a lot of great games on Nintendo that were good. Marble Madness,
Oh yeah, dude. I don't know why that's so much fucking fun.
right? And it's just you're just tipping a
Yeah,
fucking like board. You're not even really doing anything funky. You're just chilling out,
yeah.
tipping a board
Throwing
over.
a little marble,
Yeah,
making sure it doesn't get eaten or obviously break. Yeah, there were some interesting ways to fucking complete some of those levels.
yeah. I don't think I ever beat that game. I didn't win many levels. I pressed the wrong button.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, some of them were fucking, especially on the Nintendo. Like on the computer, they weren't even that easy. But yeah, like yeah, on the console, made it a lot more difficult for some reason.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, it's really amazing how like something was especially compared to shit nowadays, like something with such shitty graphics could be so much fucking fun.
yes, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
what
wouldn't
was some
mind
of the other
playing the
ones? Oh no, go ahead. Playing
yeah.
the.
Yeah, well, I was thinking of some of the not really RPG, but kind of like the Secret of Mana games. It's similar to a Zelda game, I guess, if you think about it. Um,
Oh yeah, yeah. They had a bunch of
those
like
games
those.
are
Yeah, like
fun.
Zelda knockoffs,
It's
essentially.
pretty, yeah, pretty fucking amazing how how much they could fit into a little fucking. You know what I mean? Considering how limited memory was back then,
Yeah.
how much of a game they could fit onto a fucking cartridge back then was
Did you
pretty
ever play
fucking
Final
amazing.
Fantasy, like the first one? The first Final Fantasy?
Um, no, I've rarely. I think I've only
That
played like
game
one
was
of the Final Fantasies ever.
fucking massive. I mean, there was just so much stuff going into that game. It was insane. Like, I mean, it had to be, I don't know, like 30, 40 hours of gameplay easily
Yeah,
on one
yeah, that's fucking
cartridge.
amazing.
I mean,
And
there
that was on the
was,
original Nintendo.
yeah, this was on the original
Yeah, it
Nintendo.
would have to be. Yeah, yeah, it would have to be. Yeah,
Yeah. It was the first Final Fantasy. You had you could pick all four of your characters. You could pick whatever you wanted to be. So there was like classes, and so you could pick four of the same class or any mix of the classes. And they had a black mage, a white mage, a red mage, a fighter, and a thief. Right. So I mean that's
right,
all
right.
pretty. I think that's all pretty self-apparent as to like what that would do. Like the black
Yeah,
mage
yeah.
is attack spells, white mage cures, red mage does both, the fighter fights, and the thief steals. I'll sell carrots today. That's all I'll sell. Um, and then the crazy thing was, like, you could do any combination, be all fighters, all clerics, whatever you wanted. But it had a whole first half of the game where you're running around as like kids or whatever, essentially, like fighting monsters and leveling up. And then like you go to a bunch of dungeons and castles and you think like, oh, this is the boss. And you fight him and you're like thinking, oh, that's the end of the game. And no, that's just the guy that gives you like the fucking like this weird like donkey tail or some shit, I think it was called. And you take that and then you turn into
Wow.
adults and then there's a whole nother set of quests and shit. Like almost a whole second game. It was almost like two of those RPG games in one because it was just so much going on. Like it was really intense how long that game was. I don't know if anybody even remembers it now. But man, that was crazy. And I've played that on emulators And it's nutty how long, because it holds up as far as like the time it takes you to play the game. It easily holds
Right.
up to the old, like the new games now. In fact, a lot of the newer games probably take less time to go through.
Yeah. That's fucking nuts, man.
Yeah, it was pretty intense. And then they had all the Dragon Warrior games, which were pretty nice. I don't remember what those were called in the U.S. I don't know if they were still Dragon Warrior in the U.S. or if they had like different names.
Is it possible it went under Dragon Quest?
Yeah, Dragon Quest. That's the other name for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I played that one. I don't think I actually finished it though. I played a good chunk of it though.
Yeah, I beat
I
all
got
those
really pissed
Dragon
off.
Quest games, and those were pretty long games. Like they had a fairly like in depth set of dungeons and storyline that you
Yeah,
had to go through.
yeah. I think I got pissed one time because I fought this enemy. There was like three of them, but one of them was like doing some kind of thing where it hyped itself up or something. I forget how it worked, but basically like they were fucking easily beatable. But this one like did like a thing where he like hyped himself up twice before I could kill him, where it became fucking impossible to kill basically, and I had to like run away because three of my four guys were fucking dead.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's always unfortunate.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that for some reason that really angered me. As you know,
Well, I mean, it's basically
a
like,
lot younger.
how would you know what you should or shouldn't do, and then suddenly like you can't win anymore? I could see that being very very frustrating, reasonably. You know.
Yeah. I'm like, fuck. Now I gotta drag all my dead people back to the fucking
Yeah.
town. Fucking bring them back to life. Yeah, I
Yep.
can't remember if that was actually when I stopped playing it. I think I just stopped trying to kill that enemy. Now that I think about it, I was like, all right, I'm gonna go around that motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah, that was one of the things that would happen in games that doesn't really happen anymore. Is it like sometimes you just have to fucking avoid something. Like you can't beat that
Yeah,
character.
yeah. At least not at that point. Like you need to get much stronger or much more XP to be able to beat that motherfucker.
Yeah, what was it? There was. I think there was like a treasure chest in Final Fantasy VII like that when I played that one. It was like you were fine as long as you didn't open it, but man, if you opened that shit, did you fucking lose? You lose every time now. I think it was like a giant dragon that came out of it at you. And it was just like you rapidly learned. You know what? In that cave, maybe you just don't need all the treasure. Maybe you just let some of it go. You know?
Right. Yeah. Was it the one where the treasure chest turns into an enemy, basically, like a monster or something?
Yeah, like you open the treasure chest and you just immediately get launched into a fight with this giant fucking dragon. That is at least twice the level of anything in the cave so far. It's like the equivalent of going into a boss fight without realizing you're going to go into a boss fight. Because a lot of those old games, like, you know, you'd start to you'd get hints. There'd be like save points, or here's a spot where you can top up your health and your magic or whatever, and you'd be like, oh, okay, I better get ready because it's gonna be a boss soon.
Right. And then it ends up being the fucking treasure chest, dude. Fuck.
Exactly. Yep. That was mean because they putting it in the treasure chest like nobody.
Yeah,
Nobody
everybody's
skipped
gonna
that
go
the
for
first
that fucking
time.
thing.
And it's like right
Yeah.
on the exit. It's right by the last place in the caves that you're in.
Yeah, that's fucking evil.
Yeah, it was really fucking twisted. Alright.
Yeah. Yeah, some of those, yeah, the fucking difficulty level of some of those games, dude. Jesus Christ. The original Castlevania, I don't know if you ever played the original Castlevania. But goddamn, was that game fucking difficult to fucking beat.
That was on Nintendo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played that. I played the first Castlevania. Like you had like holy water. You had all sorts of fun stuff in that.
Yeah.
I loved Castlevania, and then Mylan's Secret Castle. Although I
Yeah,
think
I
it
don't
was
think you
supposed to be
played that one.
Myron's Secret Castle. It's just it's a Japanese game, so they spelt it Mylon.
All right, right.
I
Fuck.
mean, you're not allowed to say that because it's racist, but it's just one.
Yeah, the L's and R's for some reason.
Yeah, it's like you got to pretend they don't do that
L's
for
and
some
R's.
reason. I don't understand.
Yeah, dude, I had a fucking you know those the balls that you roll in your hand and your fingers, the two balls that have like little bells and shit inside of them that you roll
I
in
know
your
what you're
hand,
talking about. Yeah.
the Chinese music balls or whatever the fuck they are, dude. The fucking directions, literally on the outside, it was like just a little folded piece of paper or whatever, but on the outside of it, it had directions spelled Dilections, Dilections.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Dude, it was fucking amazing, dude. I was like, that's fucking funny, dude. All right, hold on. Somebody fucking ordered pizza, it looks like.
Pizza. I mean, pizza is delicious.
Hold on. Yeah, give me just a second, man. God damn it.
Gotta go get you some pizza. Oh, motherfucking chickens wanting radishes. Fuck you, chickens.
All right. Sorry about that. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if I still have those here somewhere. God damn, that was fucking funny.
Yeah.
Delections.
Well, they were delectable. Oh, we had a movie night in VR chat last night, the group of people I hang out with. And, what was it? We watched Sing 2. And one of the characters in it is a lion. And what was it I got him with? Because I didn't say anything the entire evening. Because when I watch movies, I just, watch the movie.
All right.
But I waited until like one point, and then I was like, the character was doing something. I'm like, well, he's being honest because he ain't no lion. Oh, sorry, I didn't see the chat. Holy shit.
He ain't lying.
He ain't lying. See, the game is Littlewood. Oh, I can't believe I missed. I should have been paying attention to the chat too. All right, there we go. And then so like everybody just kind of looks at me for a second, and then one of the guys says, "You don't say anything for the first hour of this fucking movie," and then there's that, you
bitch. Then damn, fucking dad joke.
You son of a bitch! Why would you do that?
Like, really? That's the one you want to fucking start off with?
And then the wolf there's a character that's a wolf, and he's the bad guy. And he's getting ready to go after them again, like the good guys again, and I'm like, oh, he should just pack it in. Yeah, because I'm a terrible human. I don't think they appreciated me being there for movie night.
Like, all right, take this guy off the invite list. Fucking puns.
We're not telling him about the next one.
Yeah, either that or they make it one of the rules: no puns allowed.
Yeah, Oh, if I could get puns banned from events, that would be a fucking accomplishment. Oh,
You
that'd be
could be
so
responsible
fun.
for that.
I think secretly they
Oh,
appreciate
shit.
them. I think everybody likes puns, even the people that claim they don't like puns.
Yeah. Yeah, they almost always make you want to groan, but dude, there's a certain amount of cleverness involved with fucking puns, dude.
It's not a high amount of cleverness, but it is a certain amount. Yeah, that's a good way of
Hmm.
describing it. You're not that clever, but I suppose it technically qualifies.
Yeah, wordplay. Any wordplay has, again, not a high amount necessarily, but there is
Yeah,
a degree of cleverness involved.
yeah, not a huge amount. No, definitely not a huge
Yeah,
amount.
let's not get carried away. I don't give it too much credit.
Oh my gosh. Oh man, they keep losing people where I work. I'm worried. I'm starting to wonder, if they're going to have to shut down another program. They had to shut one down
Wow.
due to lack of staffing for a while. They're not paying. They're not paying the going rate for the job. The companies are paying better. For my position, I'm asleep overnight. It's going to be the same pay wherever I go. So it didn't really matter to me. I'm not like interested in looking somewhere else. Plus, somewhere else might try to force me to get vaccinated. Um, but so I'm not taking off anytime soon. But yeah, they're having trouble keeping people. They had one manager who was there for a number of years. She was actually one of the people I started working with when she was regular staff at one of the houses.
Yeah.
And she was running two programs for probably the last 5 years and still just
Wow.
making the same pay as any manager. So, like, of course she fucking left, right?
Yeah,
Anybody that was going to
yeah,
offer her even a little bit of an increase in wage and only doing one person's job, of course she's going to take that fucking job. And I
yeah.
wish her nothing but the best. And then the other person who was working under her, they put her in that position, and she had a new job inside of a month. But then, like,
God damn.
she married a guy that worked in one of the programs, and then he ended up having cancer. So he isn't working. So he ended up being the stay-at-home dad because they had a kid together.
Mm,
So she had a job offer from somewhere else for like 15K more a year, and it was like, yeah, of course
oh,
she's gonna
yeah, of
fucking
course.
take that. She's got a fucking kid, of course. Well, I mean, anybody would take that job.
Yeah,
If somebody
right,
was,
right.
if some other company offered me 15K more a year than I make now to go work at sleep overnights, I'd be all over that shit. Are you kidding me? I wouldn't even give 2 weeks notice. They can go fuck
Yeah,
themselves.
shit.
You want to pay me an actual living wage where I could afford to pay, like, rent and utilities and live in a fucking apartment? Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. I just don't want to bother paying.
Yeah,
Well, the
management where I
funding's all
work
government funded,
makes,
right?
huh? It's all county funded. It's all funded through like the state and the
Yeah,
county. Yeah, and then occasional federal
yeah.
grants because it's a nonprofit. Management where I work makes somewhere between 40 and 45,000 a year, and line staff makes I think 30, like
Yeah,
for
in
day shift.
California, that's fucking nothing.
No,
Jesus.
that's exactly that's not very much money, especially not for being management. If you're being a manager anywhere, you should really be expecting in California somewhere between 60 and 70K a year should be a low end
The minimum.
reasonable
Yeah, yeah,
management position. Because you're essentially running somebody's business for them, you know.
yeah.
And the amount of money that those houses bring in, they could definitely pay their management better. I am of the opinion that the guy that runs the company is probably taking a rather exorbitant wage, probably 2 or 3 times what he should be making, because that's sort of like the standard, even in nonprofits, for where the CEO of the company or the guy who's the top of the company, whatever position, whatever you call the position, is making just ridiculous money compared to everyone else. Because really, like 40 to 45 should be what day shift is making. You know, because we're working in a nonprofit, you're not expecting to get rich, but that would be a pretty reasonable yearly like salary for like somebody who was working as a counselor in one of these programs. That's especially in California, because like cost of living in California, really you shouldn't be making under 40K a year if you're in the poverty zone.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up, man. Yeah, because minimum wage is what, 15 now, right? Isn't it?
Yeah,
In
it's
California?
15 an hour. So you get about 2,400 a month minimum wage. So over the course of a year, 28,000. And that's, to me, that's below the poverty line. That's not enough to pay, because yeah, you're making 2,400 a month, but you're only taking home like 1,600 of that, if that.
Like 18, 17.
And bare
Oh, you
minimum,
still need multiple roommates, basically.
bare
If you're
minimum
living by
living
yourself.
expenses you could probably get by on 1,700 a month, maybe. It'd probably be, and then you wouldn't have internet, you wouldn't have any sort of like entertainment of any kind. You'd be just barely getting enough to eat, and you'd be living in like a shitty studio apartment. Because you figure it's probably about 1,200 for a studio apartment. Because you're not going to find, I mean, you can find them for 1,000 a month in once in a blue moon. But 1,200 is about standard lowest rent you're going to find for like a studio apartment if you want to live on your own. Plus, you got what, utilities? What's that, 400 or 500 a month? It's because the electric bills here are fucking ridiculous. We have a 4-bedroom house, and our electric bill is regularly 500 to 600 a month, which is insane.
Wow.
And we're not running shit like crazy all the time. Electronics just drawing huge amounts of power. We're well below like the part where they start charging you double and shit.
Dude, I lived in a fucking 2-story. Was it 5 bedrooms? It was like 2,800 square feet.
And so you figure 150 or so. I'm gonna say it's like a fourth of what we would pay. So you'd probably be paying about 150 for like electric, plus about 200 for your other utilities. Your water, your gas, your garbage, your sewer, all that stuff. And you're already at like 1,550 a month.
During the winter, or during the summer, sorry, like AC is a lot more expensive to run than heating.
Yes.
So like during the summer, they would
especially if you have gas heating as opposed to electric heating.
But like, even then,
AC is all electricity, and we get charged a premium for electric power compared to our gas power. Like our gas bill is way low compared to the electric bill.
Right. Yeah, the gas bill, same thing here, dude. The gas is pretty low. Even when I had gas, because I got like gas, that was the house I owned. I guess that's different, but yeah, it's the gas bill's nothing, dude, compared to electric. But yeah, I think that I don't think we ever topped. I don't think we ever even hit 400, like in the middle of summer. You know what I mean? It might have got up to like 300, 350, somewhere in that range, but. And that's again with 2 AC units, the upstairs and the downstairs.
But your PG&E didn't have to pay millions upon millions upon millions of dollars for fires that they started due to their shitty, faulty equipment that they never serviced.
Right.
So most of the fires that started in California, outside of the one that was from the gender reveal party, were started by PG&E lines sparking because they hadn't been serviced in like decades. like old lines way out in the
Right.
fucking in the boonies that got serviced or didn't get handled properly. Um, so now they've figured out how to pass that charge on to us, even though we're in a Democrat state where you would think that they would be like, no, 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 you can't pass your fines off to the customers. That's not acceptable. We're going to put a fix on your pricing so that you can't do that. No, they get to
Yeah.
do that anyway. They just get to redirect all the losses. It doesn't come out of the profits of the people who allowed this shit to happen in the first place and are thus responsible. It comes out of everybody else's pockets.
Yeah, that's some fucked up shit,
But let's
man.
just see, rent and utilities. You're already around $1,500 a month. Then you gotta have food, right? That's got to be what, $200 a month? I would say for one person is about reasonable. You probably live off of $200 a month for food. You're cooking all your own meals, and you're definitely buying in bulk. You're not going to get you're not ordering fucking fast food or stopping at Taco Bell on the way home. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'd say at the end of the day, you're looking at 1,800, 1,900. Between 18 and 1,900 is probably your minimum monthly bills. So your take home check has to be at least 1,800 to live, not in abject poverty or require like food stamps or some other fucking form of government assistance in California.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
we're
yeah.
not a
Because even the
small
city,
town, we're not a big town. We're kind of in the middle, so it's about average living costs.
yeah,
San Francisco would
yeah,
probably be twice that. You know,
yeah, yeah. If you're thinking even just a shitty studio apartment's gonna be that much, Jesus fucking Christ.
yeah.
Yeah, 15, yeah, $15 an hour should still qualify you for food stamps in that fucking area.
Yeah, so I'm doing a quick search here. Let's see. So one bedroom. It doesn't say what the rent is on that site. Shit. $400 move in, like
That's
just a move
ridiculous.
in fee. That's not counting your like deposit or anything else.
What the fuck? A move-in fee? I
Yeah, I
don't
don't
think
know.
I've ever
That's
heard of that,
that's what
dude.
their website called it. Oh, apartments.com. This will give me a pricing. So
Yeah, a deposit should definitely be included in your
the
fucking moving
first
fee.
studio it
That's fucking
finds on
insane.
this website for the area that I'm in is $1,765 to $1,795 a month.
Jesus, dude, that's insane.
Oh, those are utilities included. Okay, that's actually pretty reasonable then.
Yeah, not as bad for sure.
Yeah, and that's just a fucking studio apartment. The
Yeah, it's been a
minimum
long
price it
time since
starts
I
out is
fucking worked at
1,700. Like, so if you just wanted to go by rent, the lowest rent you can put in to look for a place is 1,700. The highest is 3,500.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah, like one
Yeah, I think I
bedroom.
remember hearing a friend of mine's mom's a nurse, and they'd gone on vacation in like San Francisco, and they stayed at like a hostel, and there was a fucking woman who was a nurse, like an RN, who was living at the hostel because of how outrageous the fucking cost of living was in San Francisco.
All these places say call for rent because they know if you knew, you wouldn't even bother to call.
Right.
This is just one bedroom apartment, so I'm assuming these are probably all somewhere in the range of like 2,000 a month.
Yeah, we got to explain it to you why it's so much. So call
Yeah.
so we can bullshit you about why it's okay. We're
Yep.
charging that much.
It's fucking insane. The amount of money it costs to live in California is ridiculous. And
Yeah.
like a lot of the people that do get in these apartments, it's like they're living like the poverty, like the people in poverty in third world countries, where it's like 6 people in a fucking 1-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
You
Can you
know
imagine
what I
having
mean?
roommates in a studio apartment?
Yeah. Oh yeah, really.
Oh fuck, dude, that'd be fucking insane, dude.
You'd want to kill them within what, a day?
Yeah, yeah. Like, god damn it. If I want to get away from this motherfucker, I have to basically go in the bathroom.
Yeah. Well, then I could spend an hour in the bathroom and no one would question.
Right? He's like, yeah, I'm just sick of you, dude, so I'm gonna go in the bathroom for a fucking hour.
Yeah. A buddy of mine lived in a studio apartment that had a really nice feature of like a big shelf set that kind of split the living room from the bedroom a little. Like it wasn't a full wall, but it was a partial wall, and I was like, that's not actually terrible. If you had to like fucking have 2 people living there, like one person would sleep in the living room / kitchen area, and the bathroom had its own. It was closed off. It was like an
One
actual
side of the
bathroom.
shelves.
And on the other side of the shelves, like your fucking
Right.
two brothers living in a fucking bedroom, and you put shelves in the middle to keep your rooms, separated.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like me and my little brother, when we were younger, we had to share rooms a lot in a lot of the places we stayed. So we would do that. We would just take our dressers and bookshelves and put them in the middle of the room. His would face his side, mine would face my side, and they would, effectively give us each half of a room and a little bit of privacy. Which was kind of nice.
Right.
Luckily, by the time I got into high school, I was no longer sharing a room with him, so that was kind of nice. But it was still like a real point of contention for a long time when we were kids. Because I don't tend to let a lot of mess build up. Like I might, I don't now, but when I was a kid, I might leave, some laundry on the floor and, some books that didn't get put back in the bookshelf. Like, I tend to keep everything fairly clean. Now I'm kind of stuck in a situation where I have all this shit for like a whole, if I were living in an apartment, I have enough stuff for that. But it's all in one bedroom. So it's kind of hard to keep it neat and organized.
Kind of hard to keep
only
it
so much
cluttered.
Space for anything. I got to go through and just throw a bunch of shit away. Even with like the bed that I bought that's like extra high, so I can put like bins for storage under it. I still have to I just need to throw a bunch of shit away that I'm not going to use. But goddamn, yeah, I'm just trying to picture that living as a fully grown adult in a studio apartment with somebody as a roommate that you're not fucking.
Yeah.
It's like, if it was you and a girlfriend or you and a boyfriend or whatever, like that's not rough. You're living with a significant other. That's actually
although even then
terrible.
Yeah, it's definitely better than just somebody that's not a boyfriend or girlfriend.
I think
it
would encourage more healthy behavior of having things that you do that are your own thing occasionally. Like, you and the guys go out and shoot pool and she stays home and has her like time away from you. Her and the girls go out for, fucking lunch or something. You stay home and have some time away from her, but it's all for you, and you get to have your little bit of peace without each other. Because like in any relationship, you need time apart and time together. You don't want it all one or the other. Because otherwise, you'll end up on what channel is it that plays all the murder mysteries? The real ones where they're like, yeah, this guy killed his wife or this lady killed her husband. Shows it's Discovery, I think it is.
Right.
I can't think of the channel, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, where they like all the shows are all just like people that murdered their significant other. It's like, yeah, if you live in a studio apartment with somebody for long enough, that's what happened. You'd be on that channel sooner or later.
Basically, what's the motive? The motive is they were living in the same fucking studio apartment for like 3 months. That's all the motive you need.
And the jury was reluctant to convict anyone in this case.
Right.
But that do be how it is. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's just California. I'm saving up for that van. Looking at the rent prices, it's not
Yeah.
living in a van doesn't seem so bad actually. Because let's be fair,
Yeah.
you're not getting that much more room in a studio apartment. I mean, you have more stuff that you could have, but like at the end of the day, you're going to end up with
Right.
about the same amount of fucking floor space to run around on. Why not just
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
pay
Live in a
rent at
fucking
all?
van. You can at least change your fucking the scenery around where you live.
Well, and then everything outside is your house too, and it gets you some good rain gear. You can still go and run around in the fucking, in the park or the fucking take a hike or something. And like, if you have solid rain gear, why not? Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
Plus, you
Yeah.
can always,
Yeah. I know I gave you shit about the van life thing, but yeah, in California, yeah, it definitely makes a lot of fucking sense.
dude, one of the ladies that's working where I work now is sleeping in her car at night. Like that's where she lives, in her fucking car. If you're gonna face that as a probability of that or being homeless, why not upgrade to a van from a car?
Yeah, no shit, dude. At least you can fucking lay down somewhere, dude.
Although to be fair, there's not a lot of places that's not the norm anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think minimum wage pays living expenses anywhere. And that whole pull yourself up by the bootstraps thing is horseshit because those jobs just aren't there. Not anymore. Like there just aren't those high paying jobs that you work your way up to. Not percentage wise. There's maybe enough of those for like 5% of the people, not for 50% like it used to be. Uh, even like my mom's job, she's working high up in the bank. She's about to retire. They don't even have anybody to replace her. So like,
Well,
there's nobody that knows what she does that they have working for them right now, and they're probably not likely to find anybody to hire that knows any of that shit. So whoever comes on after her is going to have to learn a whole lot of like obscure programming shit. Um, and she's going to be gone there. And even then, she was doing the work of at least two people for like the pay of one person. And I mean that
yeah,
quite literally. Like
fuck
she would
that.
be working. Uh, she's stepped back now because they can't really do much to punish her. She's already retiring. Like, what are they going to do? Fire her? She's retiring
Right,
by the end of
right.
this month, like in like another 12 days or something. But she was putting in like 60, 70 hour weeks for like the last couple of years.
That's
at a
fucked up,
salaried
man.
position, so she's not making like extra money for it.
Yeah, yeah, that's some bullshit, dude.
And a
When
lot
they
of it
take
would be,
advantage of the salaried position.
oh yeah, and a lot of it would be getting called at like 2 in the morning. So
Jesus,
she'd work
dude.
from like 7:30 to like 5:30, 6 o'clock, and then get a call at like 2 in the morning, and she's asleep trying to fucking have her do work then too. And it's like
Yeah,
clearly the
that's pretty
position she
fucking
was
evil.
doing should have been two people, one who's available in the middle of the night and one who's available in the middle of the day. You have to cover
Yeah, yeah,
opposite sides of the thing, and then unless somebody's like genuinely sick or whatever, they can cover everything, and then occasionally just have like an hour or two meeting every couple of days to just kind of keep each other updated on what's going on. But
aren't there laws like if you're a salaried and you work over like 55 hours where you're supposed to get paid
I do
more?
not believe there is any sort of law like that.
I'm pretty sure there is here in Arizona. I'd have to double check that though. See if I can find anything out about it. But yeah, I swear I remember hearing that, dude. It was one of the reasons I never wanted to take like fucking the management jobs. like when I worked for Verizon and that, because they would fucking do that shit to you.
Let's see.
Yeah, they definitely, a few different instances wanted to make me a fucking like assistant manager or whatever, dude. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm
What
good
are
where
the
I'm at.
California salary laws? Well, they have to pay you more than minimum wage. They have to allow meal and rest breaks. Yeah, right now it's $15 an hour is the minimum. If you have 25 or fewer employees, it's $14 an hour, which makes no fucking sense why there would be a difference. Like, the cost of living
Right.
isn't different, and if your business can't fucking handle paying its employees, then you're not in a successful business. It should fail, and other companies should be able to come in and take that market.
465 or more or not. Okay. Anyone? Okay. According to the federal law, anyone working over earning over 455 a week are not owed overtime. Okay. Oh, now it's 913 a week. Sorry. 2016 it changed to 913. Anybody making less than that is entitled to overtime.
Let's see.
Okay.
Oh
They have
no,
to
it
pay
says
them at
a
least
salaried
6
employee
months.
must be paid overtime unless they meet the test for exempt status as defined by federal or state laws, um, or unless they are specifically exempted from overtime. Yeah, I'm not sure how it works, but I'm pretty sure they can fuck you. Well, you know what? This is not easy to find. Usually, like,
Wow.
employment law stuff is fairly easy to figure out.
Yeah.
There's apparently a lot of equations that go into this, and I'm not going to figure it out. So there is some sort of protection built into place for a certain amount of overtime based on your yearly wages or something. Yeah, I don't know. I know that when I was a union employee, one of the things we had to have built into our contract was if you are required to uh, work at a higher, do the work of a higher paid position for more than like 8 hours, they had to pay you at the higher position's pay rate. So if
Yeah.
you were, if I was put in a position as the overnight guy where I was forced to do uh, day shift jobs, like I had to write their reports or I had to fucking do all sorts of shit for the clients that I was only supposed to be doing and that I wasn't supposed to be doing for my position. They'd have to pay me at the
Right.
same pay rate for all those hours as they would pay a normal day shift staff. So they couldn't basically just hire somebody at a lower rate and then force them to work an entirely different job than what they were supposedly paying them for. In practice, that doesn't mean shit.
All
Because they,
right.
they
And
can go
then,
in and they regularly made people do management's job who were just line staff and they didn't even get like the supervisor lead counsel role, like where it would pay like another dollar an hour or something. So
yeah.
and it never nobody ever fucking did anything about it. So they basically just got away with it with no real issues. So it all depends on what level of employee you are because Burger King employees you go fuck yourself. There's really nothing you're going to be able to do. No one's going to do anything for you. You don't have the money to pay to have anything fucking anybody come in and help you out.
I'm trying to see. I don't really see anything here that I'm looking at the Arizona ones. It sounds like it's just based on the federal laws, not really anything special. So
Yeah.
I was mistaken. Although maybe it was based on the law in whatever fucking state they're incorporated in.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I know they used to get at least differential pay for because we do shift differentials for working like Sundays or working like night. So like if like my friend that was working as assistant manager or whatever would actually get a little bit extra for working on Sundays and shit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because honestly, like the whole concept of salary is that there's going to be days where you work long days, and there's going to be days where you get to go home like halfway through. But in practice, a lot of the
Right.
times you work long days, get no overtime, and then you just, never get that short day either. That's my guess, at least. I don't know. I've never worked a salaried position. I've always worked hourly.
Yeah, I would never want to because it's I don't know. It just seems like something that's designed to not pay
Abuse
you as much as they
employees.
would have to pay you.
Well,
Yeah.
at this point, almost all of the labor laws are in the favor of the companies because corporations are running the government. Like it's
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, definitely a lot more fucking advocating for the fucking companies than people advocating for the fucking employees.
yeah, yeah. Nobody's advocating for you on either side of the fucking fence. And it's like even people like Steven Crowder are being forced at this point to admit that there really is not a free market. Like, believe it or not, even he's
Yeah,
going like,
right.
no, you can't just start your own because there's not a free market to do so. It's not how it works anymore. Like these companies and the government actively go through and force shut down a lot of these businesses that try to start.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they all want to shut the door. They don't want any fucking competition, dude. So they got the money to fucking, pay off the fucking
Uh,
the lawmakers, the legislators.
I mean, look at them going after Joe Rogan right now. Like, make no mistake, that has nothing to do with Neil Diamond. That's everything to do with the companies that back people like Neil Diamond trying to shut down competition. Because if they can get
But
Joe Rogan
yeah,
pulled off of Spotify, that takes away a lot of what people were watching. Because Joe Rogan is one of the most popular shows on the planet right now,
oh yeah, yeah,
easily. And his reach is far in excess of any news program. And they don't want him
yeah,
having the
yeah,
decision to do that without their control. So they're trying to shut him down. And they tried COVID misinformation, and clearly nobody gave a shit because everybody was like, yeah, well, what's misinformation now is going to be true in a week. So we don't really give a fuck what you
yeah,
say. And
yeah.
he had a bunch of doctors on that don't agree with you, whatever. So now they're claiming that oh, he's a racist because they need something to shut him down, and it's nothing. They don't give a fuck about words that he said. They just want him off the platform so that they don't have to have somebody to compete for the fucking views.
Compete with. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, because he's destroying places like fucking, comparing his views to like, well, any of the news, fucking, CNN or any of them,
or even the alternative
MSNBC,
news
Fox
like the
News.
Young Turks and stuff like that. Like he's blowing them out of the water too.
Yeah, I've looked at the fucking stats on Young Turks videos, dude. They don't get shit, dude. No matter how much they try to break it up into fucking little chunks so they get extra views and shit, it's fucking nothing, dude. It's
Uh,
like, I don't think that. Actually, I haven't looked that up in a while, dude. Let me see what their fucking views. Because generally, they're like, I don't think they're even hitting 100,000 on a lot of their
yeah, they
videos.
claim they have
Every day, the Young Turks delivers
5.17 million subs, but it looks like their average views are between 20 and 60K.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
With
I
some
think that some of
occasional
it, like if it was
bumps.
about Trump, yeah, if it was about Trump or something, they would get a bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They talk about Russell Brand, they get a bump to 120K because Russell Brand, not because of anything they're doing. They have a video of some gay dude throwing a Bible in bonfire yelling "Hail Satan" because burning books is cool now.
Yeah,
that bumped him to 110.
Jesus.
They talk about Trump, it's 180K. You know, like clearly, unless they're talking about somebody that's interesting, their views are generally down around like 30,000 per video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm looking at. Oh, here's the one that has Republican in the title, so that one got over 100,000 because it's going to be a Republican hate video.
Yeah, so they basically have no real draw other than other people's popularity. Like nobody's actually watching. I would say the 5.17 million subscribers has got to be 99% bots. Like the vast majority of that is definitely not real subscriptions.
Oh fuck! They even had to do one on Melania Trump. That one got like 64,000. Good for them. All right, this is the fucking title. Did Melania Trump buy her own hat and NFT collection? What the fuck, dude? That's fucking hard-hitting fucking shit, dude.
Well,
they mentioned Charlie Kirk. That got 60,000.
Well, NFTs are just a fucking fraud anyway. Like, Bitcoins are essentially the stock market without any of the protections you have in the stock market, which aren't much to start with. The same people who have and make tons of money by fucking people over in the stock market are the ones probably making most of the money in the Bitcoin and other things as far as we know. Because they don't have to report anything and there's no public records to look at. But it looks to be basically Bitcoin and all those other ones were good for probably the first couple of years, and then the major players became essentially the same major players as you have in the stock market. And then, because, I mean, look at all the fucking YouTube pump and dump schemes. Like where they would temporarily inflate like a fake cryptocurrency, essentially, by using a YouTuber's broad reach to a larger audience. And then, the YouTuber gets a chunk of crypto that, starts out at a very low value, and then because everybody's buying it, increases in value, they sell out, and then the people who invested in that, who created it, also sell out at the same time while everybody's buying. And then they just fucking never touch it again, and they just make a whole bunch of money, and all these people are stuck with essentially worthless crypto because if you buy crypto, you have to either be able to sell it to somebody else for more money than you paid, or be able to exchange it for real goods or services, and that second part is almost not possible. Like, pretty much, I think unless you have Bitcoin or Ethereum, there's zero places you're going to spend any of those cryptocurrencies that have come out over the course of all this, like all these cryptos that have come out. There's no place you can spend them for real items. Like you can't download video games and pay in like Dogecoin. You can't go and buy a cheeseburger. You can't go buy a head of broccoli at the fucking grocery store. So they have no real value other than being able to constantly sell them for more, which is essentially a giant pyramid scheme.
Yeah, it's some fucking squirrely shit. Do you know who Ice Poseidon is?
I vaguely know of him. I don't know that much about him.
Okay.
Like I've heard the name
fucking basically.
I know he's a streamer.
Like he's a fucking scumbag, but he's like one of the original IRL streamers, right?
Oh, okay. I think I've seen some of his shit. He's a piece of crap.
Okay, although that has nothing really to do with it. But basically, what he did is fucking. I don't know if he actually. Yeah, he must have actually. So he started up a fucking cryptocurrency thing. I forget what he named it or whatever, but basically got a bunch of his fucking dumbass fucking followers to buy into it. Yeah. And at some point, after a few months, I think he basically took out all but like $40,000 of the money that was like essentially backing it. So he took out like fucking several $100,000 out of it.
Yeah, pump and dump.
And fucking yeah, exactly, dude.
You and like
he did an interview with some dude
by basically conning people into thinking it has more value than it does. So that when they buy in, your shares go up in value, and you sell out before they do. when it's at its peak and before everybody's realized that there's no real value to it. It's a standard thing that they used to do in stock markets.
Dude,
it's
he
technically
literally
illegal there. It's not in Bitcoin or any of those cryptos.
Yeah, but basically, like, he was on, like, the dude was, he went on an interview with the guy, and this guy was like, well, dude, why don't you fucking, not screw them over and fucking, put the money back into it? And he's like, yeah, no, I definitely have the ability to do that, but I'm gonna, just look out for myself and not do that. That's almost verbatim what he said, dude.
Yeah, I believe it. I mean, that's how the whole pump and dump scheme works. It's not you don't make any money if you give it back. Like, once you've pulled the fraud, you gotta keep going with the fraud, or you lose that money.
Yeah, I don't know how that's not illegal, dude. I guess because there's nothing really regulated.
Because cryptocurrency is not regulated in any way, shape, or form. Which, people are like, oh, then the government can't track you through it. Well, that's great, but you can't spend crypto on anything real, unless it's like Bitcoin or Ethereum, or you're buying something really illegal on the dark web, and even then, it's not really that valuable unless it's one of the main 2 or 3 kinds of crypto, because the other ones are so unstable and clearly pump and dump schemes that nobody wants to fucking take them for anything.
All right. Oh, fuck, dude. I just realized something. All right. All right, we're not going to be able to, or I'm not going to be able to be on much longer, dude. I got to go pick up my son.
I mean, we can call it a day whenever you want, man. There's nothing.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to get into this. Get in here and start driving, like, right now. So, you want to
let's call it a day, man. We don't have to.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we managed to make a stream out of this whole fucking mess, so why not?
We'd only be going for 20 minutes more, and there's nobody watching.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, if anybody was listening, thanks for